This is dangerous stuff. It's a serious question. Hey, China, we're going to war tomorrow. Can you imagine someone posting that on a Twitter account? Folks, I am again one of the owners of Parler. I have to say that just out of fair disclosure to my audience, which is a competitor to Twitter, Facebook, and elsewhere. But Twitter had a major meltdown yesterday, folks. I thought the security was a little better there at Twitter. In case you missed it, major league accounts, I'm not talking about baseball, I'm talking about people with huge followings, were hacked into yesterday. Joe Biden, Barack Obama, Elon Musk, and others. And they put a Bitcoin account up and they basically got money from people. Here's a Vice story. Hackers convinced Twitter employee to help them hijack accounts. Wait, what? Parler was okay yesterday. I just want that on the record. Now, if you were a blue checkmark account on Twitter, for those of you not social media savvy, a blue checkmark next to your name means I have one, so I'm always careful how I talk about it because either way you sound like a jerk. But it means you have somewhat of a following and they give you a blue checkmark to make sure people don't impersonate you. That's why. We have a verification process on Parler as well. So if you had a blue check mark, which probably means you have a pretty decent following too, Twitter, in response to this hack, shut down all blue check marks from posting for about 2 hours. I was shut out. Wasn't shut out of Parler. Parler was A-okay, which was good. But folks, from this Vice story, it's fascinating. But how much power do these people have? Quote, on Wednesday, the accounts of Joe Biden, Elon Musk, Bill Gates, Barack Obama, Uber, and Apple tweeted cryptocurrency scams in an apparent hack. What did we miss? We used a rep. This is a quote. This is the people who hacked into it. They told Vice, we used a rep that literally done all the work for us. One of the sources told Motherboard. The second source added, they told Motherboard that. The second source added they paid the Twitter insider. Motherboard granted the source's anonymity to speak candidly about a security incident. Twitter says they're still investigating whether the employee hijacked the accounts themselves or gave hackers access to the tool. Folks, how much power do Twitter insiders have? It's a serious question. I get it. Again, I'm a part owner of a competitor. But I say this with as much objectivity as I can. How much power do Twitter insiders have? Joe, can I just pitch you a hypothetical before we wrap the show for today?
Certainly, Dan.
So a Twitter insider had enough access to either sell his access to these high-profile accounts or have his account hijacked, and people posted on behalf of Joe Biden and Barack Obama. You probably see where I'm going with this. Does a Twitter insider have the ability to then go into Donald Trump's account? Yes, which was already canceled by a Twitter. Remember that? Remember that incident a while ago and they had to reinstate it? What if they were to post something like, hey, Russia, heads up, there's a few nukes coming your way? I'm just asking. Like, is that what kind of power? Do you understand the power of Twitter? It's one of the reasons we started Parler, because their power is almost monopolistic. Well, those same leaders could go out on Parler accounts and say, hey, what just happened over on Twitter or Facebook or whatever, to be fair to other social media accounts, and say, hey, that's not us. We are not bombing Russia as we speak. I think Twitter needs to do some serious soul searching, and we will too. But just keep in mind, at Parler, all the user verification data you provide, we delete all that. We only keep your selfie. We don't keep any of your stuff. We don't data mine. We don't do any of that because we don't want to be responsible for your data. We're not. These other companies out there are selling your data. This is dangerous stuff. It's a serious question. Hey, China, we're going to war tomorrow. Can you imagine someone posting that on a Twitter account?
You just heard Dan Bongino.